Well, folks, I am pleased to announce that apparently the war on woke is over. And I'm even more pleased to announce that woke won. According to new polls from the state of Iowa, it turns out Republican voters are actually pretty damn tired of hearing the word woke. They're tired of that undefinable weird concept that they hear about God constantly from Republican politicians and right-wing pundits. It's woke this and woke that. And the average voters, after 2 years of hearing woke, are finally sick of it. And here's the thing, I'm not just talking about the average voters out there. I'm not talking about swing voters or moderates or independent. I am actually talking about this poll that was done of Republican voters. It's the Republican Party's own base that says, we're tired of woke. Let me read you these results. This poll actually is from the New York Times and Siena College. Faced with the choice of a Republican focused on defeating radical woke ideology in our schools, media, and culture, or one focused on restoring law and order in our streets and at the border, only 24% of respondents went with the woke candidate as their top choice versus 65% for law and order. Just 26% of Republican primary voters thought it was very important that a president support limiting the rights of transgender people, compared with 78% who said it was important for the candidate to have a plan to cut taxes. And only 14% wanted the 2024 nominee to be someone who would punish businesses for supporting LGBTQ rights, compared to 81% who preferred a candidate who would stay away from the issue. Now, unfortunately for Republican voters, y'all don't have any of those options. You've got a bunch of weirdos that are going to be up on that stage talking about woke, 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 woke. Maybe not Chris Christie, right? Chris Christie has talked about cutting taxes. Chris Christie has talked about cutting Social Security and Medicare recently. So, if you're an elderly Republican voter, you probably don't want to go that way because he wants to destroy your only safety net that you have left. But the rest of them have no plans. They have no policies. They have modeled their entire campaign on woke, 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 just like Ron DeSantis. And I think this provides us with a pretty good insight as to why Ron DeSantis' campaign has gone down in flames. I mean, just back in June, he said the word woke 7 times in 26 seconds during a speech. Vivek Ramaswamy recently changed his slogan from end wokeism to just a one word, just truth. Like, that's his new brand. Nikki Haley last week in Iowa didn't talk about woke at all, even though she had ranted and raved about woke before. Even the candidates, except DeSantis, are moving on from this because they see the same thing that these polls are screaming at them. Yeah, it worked to get Republicans riled up after, for 2 years, but after a while, they started to realize, wait a minute, these people actually have no real plans. And I'd kind of like to hear about the economy. I'd like to hear about crime. I'd like to hear about foreign policy. Yeah, I get it. You don't like the Barbie movie, but what are you going to do to make my life better? And unfortunately, again, for those Republican voters, once you force your candidates to start talking about real issues instead of their made-up grievances, you're going to realize very quickly that the Republican Party hasn't had a new idea outside of the culture wars in over 40 years. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.